I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
Welcome to a very special edition of Tales from Godric's Hollow. This is round 7 of Butterbeer Banter. This is a very special edition of Butterbeer Banter and Tales from Godric's Hollow. We are celebrating Harry Potter's birthday here on July 31st, 2017. More importantly, though, we are celebrating the 1-year anniversary of this beautiful show where you get to see our beautiful faces for really the first time. This is amazing. This is special. We have a connection here. We have the chat room open. People are already hanging out in there. I am one of your hosts. I am the muggle of the show. I am still awaiting my Hogwarts letter. I'm Josh Brown. I am joined, as always, by the man who will not be able to keep a poker face tonight, Professor Matt Sonnenberg. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Josh.
I'm going to be asking all the hard-hitting questions tonight.
I'm actually going to have to put on my poker face tonight.
So what's the deal with Crookshanks, huh?
Don't know.
Oh, Matt. So good to be here. We're doing this live. It's being streamed over on YouTube. We are recording this, as always. It will be up on our iTunes and podcast feed around the globe. We're just going to sit back and chill, hang out for a couple hours, and we're going to read some letters, some emails that people sent in. We're going to do some giveaways. What else we got?
I think
Butterbeer.
that's the bulk of this show. Ooh, yes.
Wait, Butterbeer. That's the important thing. Homemade Butterbeer. Matt, you used the same recipe I did. That's going to be delicious. Cheers, my friend. Cheers.
Absolutely.
And anybody out there that made some Butterbeer along with us, cheers as well. While I was shopping at the store, Matt, we had a conversation about how limited my cream soda selection is in the state of Washington.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe it when you told me you had, like, you went to the store and you were lucky if you could find cream soda in bottles or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's kind of weird because if I go into my store, I mean, it's one store in particular that I know of called Woodman's. I know a couple people here in Wisconsin and know what I'm talking about. But they have one aisle that is completely dedicated to root beer, cream soda, and a couple other specialties. Like they'll have like ginger beer or birch beer and that type of thing.
Right.
But I think I counted like 16 different options for cream soda.
Yeah, which is crazy. I showed you a picture today. I had 2 options. Which is why my default's always just A&W cream soda, which is fine.
Oh, yeah,
it
definitely.
does the job. But, I wanted to branch out and do some fancy cream soda today. So I picked up one of the 2 selections I had, Matt, just for the special occasion to make this delicious Butterbeer right here. But I also picked up something else, Matt. And I'm pretty sure I've seen this online, but I didn't want to order it because it was so expensive. But I also got this.
Flying Cauldron Butterscotch beer, eh?
Right. Now, I don't know how this compares to homemade butterbeer. It's definitely trying to, harken on the nostalgia feeling of Harry Potter and butterbeer. But they can't call it butterbeer, of course. They have to call it butterscotch beer. But I bought a 4-pack of those, non-alcoholic, of course. So I'm going to be taste testing that tonight, and we'll do a comparison to the homemade butterbeer with the premium cream soda involved, or this Flying Cauldron butterscotch beer that I picked up as well. So
awesome.
Yeah, and I may have 2 selections of cream soda in my store, Matt, but I also have butterscotch beer. So I might win this argument if that turns out to be worthwhile.
They know their audience, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah. Let's see. What else do we have to cover? Oh, that's right. We have something else, Matt.
Do we?
We do. Something I've been working very hard on since yesterday. If I was smart, I would have started this a couple days ago and spread it out. but I think Matt just left the call. Maybe? Matt. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Matt, are you there?
I'm back.
Did you cancel yourself out of the call?
I refreshed the wrong window.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
I was just talking to myself there for a second. People are going to get very confused. I can't do the show by myself.
Mistakes.
No, Matt. What I was trying to say is I was working on something since yesterday afternoon. I took today off from work to get it done. I have made a cake for our celebration tonight. Now, I'm not going to cut into it, and I'm not going to eat it live on air because nobody wants to hear a podcaster eat while they're podcasting, especially in a live stream. Like, that's just gross, folks. But in a little bit, I'll swing the camera around, and we'll do a live tour of this cake. I have it sitting right next to me. It's ready to go. It smells delicious. My boy Hagrid is guarding it over here, so we'll check in on that in a second. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Perfect. We promised one thing last week when we set this all up, that we're going to be doing a lot of giveaways. I want to start with the giveaway, Matt.
All right. We can do that.
We asked people to send in iTunes reviews, take a screenshot, do all that good stuff. If you've already done that, you were already entered into the giveaways. If you've already won a giveaway, you were re-entered. This is clean slate for everybody. We have several prizes tonight. Several to give away. And you don't need to be live to win. You don't need to be in the chat room. If you are, even better. That's really cool. But you're still going to win regardless. So don't worry about that, folks. Matt, let's do a first giveaway right now. Let's just do it.
All right.
You know what? Here's what we're going to do. I need the chat room to pick a random number. So I'm going to type that into the chat room. First number that comes up is going to be our winner. To pick a random. Let's see if I can type and talk at the same time. Let's see. Okay. Chat room has been asked the question. 26. Lucky number 26.
26, eh?
26 is our lucky winner. Our first winner.
Of course, they're going to make me sort through these. And
you should have them numbered by now, Matt. Everybody knows.
I really should. I really should. But, yeah.
Wow. Why do people pick 37? Is that an important number?
Yes. I guess you haven't been paying super close attention to our any Twitter today.
No, I haven't. For obvious reasons, Matt.
Well, okay. 37, yeah, if you keep watching, is Harry's age. It's his 37th birthday.
Ah, that explains it. Yeah, I strayed away from social media. Even though, like, I felt like his birthday is, like, the biggest deal in the first movie, I just didn't want to travel down that road, just in case.
Sure.
You know?
I understand.
Yeah. So I didn't. I didn't. 37 meant nothing to me. Until just now.
Yes. So, our first winner tonight is going to be Alex Mincone.
Alex Mincone, not the Alex, not Atari Alex.
No, not Atari Alex.
Just because I don't know if we've ever said Alex's last name on the podcast.
It's true.
I don't want people to just suddenly think that's the other Alex. This is different, Alex. This is the winner, Alex. Congratulations, Alex.
So, congratulations, Alex. You just won yourself a wonderful Harry Potter pin.
Ooh.
I'm going to throw this up here.
Oh, nice.
Very
cool.
There we go. Everybody should be able to see that.
Everybody out there is wondering what all the prizes are going to be tonight. I have no idea. Matt hasn't told me anything. He told me he has a handful of them to do, and I said, perfect, let's do it. I have no idea what this crazy guy is giving away. So this is the first of many giveaways tonight, and this is really cool. I like this. P-I-N, pen. Spelling of words is important, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely.
So congratulations, Alex. Matt will be getting a hold of you, of course, if you're not in the chat. I can't say for sure whether you are or not, but Matt will get a hold of you. He will get that sent away, and we appreciate the iTunes review, especially if it was 5 stars. That's the important thing.
We do like our 5-star reviews. Yes, definitely.
Matt, we asked people to email in tonight to kind of share just what they like about the show. We decided to make this show a little self-serving since it is our 1-year anniversary. It is Harry Potter's birthday, and people care about that a little bit. But, for the first time, we're going to be a little self-serving, and we're going to talk about us, Matt. Also, if you're listening to this or you're watching live, this is going to be separate than the regular show. The normal episode 50, whatever, is going to be recorded after this, so we're not going to be talking about the reading or any of that fun stuff that we normally do. That will be a completely separate thing. But Matt, we have lots of emails to get to tonight, so I'm going to sit back and I'm going to let you read maybe one or two.
All right, I think we can do that. So, looks like our first email then, be switching through all these tabs all night, is from Marissa.
Hi, Marissa. Marissa's in the chat.
Yeah, fun fact about Marissa, I haven't even told you this yet.
You'll tell me a lot of things, to be fair.
I know. Marissa, starting tomorrow, is going to be one of our new headmistresses.
Whoa, no way.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And welcome to Bossing Us Around.
She will be the headmistress of Beauxbatons.
Okay.
Since Mel B has already taken the Hogwarts post. So
naturally.
Marissa says, "Hi, Matt and Josh. This podcast has given me an outlet to my total Harry Potter nerd self. I have friends that... I have friends that have read Harry Potter, but none of them are obsessed as me, and I don't like to talk about it on a regular basis. Your podcast has given me people that share my love and given me that weekly dose of Harry Potter that I need. It's opened me up to new ways of looking at the series through Josh's innocence and Matt's ability to skate around a topic. It's been a long time since someone has said anything about Harry Potter that I didn't know or haven't thought of, and you two constantly do that. It's almost scary in a way. Every time I hear, I solemnly swear I'm up to no good. At the beginning of the next episode, I literally bounce up and down in my seat and clap my hands quickly like a crazy person. Thank you guys for everything you do, and happy 1-year Potterversary."
Thank you, Marissa.
Yes, thank you indeed.
Yeah. Matt, do you remember how excited I was when I finally found out what the theme music to our show actually meant?
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a while, but it was one of those things, just, one of those small things from book 3 that make it so great. It's just part of the Marauders map, but
right.
It's honestly probably one of the most quoted, one of the most merchandised phrases out there.
Sure. But it meant nothing to me. It meant absolutely nothing. And, I edit the podcast and I hear that every single week. I heard it how many weeks straight before we got to that point in the book. I was like, oh, that's really good. I like that. That makes so much sense now.
Exactly. Even before you really knew what it meant or where it came from, I think you have to agree that it kind of worked out quite nicely.
Sure. Oh, yeah, definitely. And in 2.5 years or so, I'll probably finally figure out what the name of our podcast means. So that's special as well. Can't wait for that day. Thank you, Marissa. And you know what? Marissa's in the chat room. I know she's listening. And if she's one of our new bosses, I would say we let Marissa pick the next number. So I'm going to let Marissa in the chat room throw out the next number to pick, the next giveaway. We'll do a giveaway. Then maybe we'll do a couple of emails. We have no rhyme or reason how we're doing this, folks. So we're playing it by ear here.
Exactly.
Yeah. You would think that we would have maybe sat down and put together some sort of show schedule on how this was going to go? No, not us. We got our butterbeer. We got our cake. I'm pretty hopped up on sugar right now, to be fair. So, Marissa says number 37, Matt.
All right.
Is 37 important?
Yeah, I think we covered this. Thanks. Oh, let's see what we can do for 37 then.
I know Melby's in the chat, so I think Mel's going to pick the next one.
Before she has to leave, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like
go back to her military training of some sort.
37 will give us Chris Bordenaro.
Chris Bordenaro.
Slaughter these names tonight.
Congratulations. Well, you know what? The best part about that is like we've already had 2 names that we are not familiar with. That we haven't read via email or like, been in contact with a whole bunch, which is cool. Like that's awesome to be getting so many people out there. So congratulations, Chris. Matt, of course, will be getting a hold of you to get your prize. Matt, what did Chris win?
Well, since we're just going straight down the line of my prize list here, Chris has a similar prize to the last one. It is, in fact, another pin.
All right.
PIN for anybody that might be wondering about that. But this one is our boy Ron.
Very cool. Look at that red hair. That's Ron, all right.
Yeah, I was kind of impressed of like how detailed these pins are.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I mean, okay, the red hair, yeah, they're gonna nail that. But like, I'm pretty sure there's stripes on his tie.
Yeah, no, I see that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I enjoy them.
Yeah. So congratulations, Chris, once again for winning that. Matt, let's go back to another email or 2.
Yeah, let's get a couple more in here.
Yeah.
Next email comes from Lori.
Hi, Lori.
Ooh, another. She's another Wisconsinite from Madison, Ravenclaw from Madison, even.
Wow.
That's where all the Ravenclaws live. I got them all here. She says, "Hi, Josh and Matt. I wanted to thank you so much for this podcast. You have made my world a bit better because of it. I became disabled around the time you started the podcast. You helped me with a lot of depression in leaving a job I loved by listening to your friendly banter and helping me relive the magic and love shown in the Harry Potter books. It made me feel much less alone. Sometimes when the world feels like it's too much, it's wonderful to be reminded that there's still a lot of good out there, and you helped do this for me. Thank you both so much. The kitties and I listen to you, listen every night to you both."
Oh.
And I think she even included, if I pull this one up, I kind of prepared for this.
More than I did.
Yeah. There's the picture of her kitty.
Aw. Adorable. Looks young. Little kitten, maybe? Or just a small cat?
Couldn't tell you.
I know, you're not an animal person.
I'm not an animal person at all.
Looks like a smaller cat. Probably a kitten.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. We'll assume. There's worse things to assume.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Lori.
Let's see. Got another short email here from Masha.
Masha? Hi, Masha.
There you go. She's that kitty was 3 months old.
Lori is in the chat.
She is in the cat nurse. Yes.
I knew a kitten a mile away, Matt.
Oh, yeah. But back to the email from Masha.
Yes.
It says, "Dear Josh and Matt, what makes me wait so impatiently for your podcast? The good chemistry between the two of you. Josh's honesty when sharing his experience. Matt's incredible coolness. You sit down with us listeners from all over the world and talk with us about Harry Potter. Thank you for that." She says, I can't join the Butterbeer Banter. I'm on my way to work, but I want to wish happy birthday to the podcast.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Masha.
There you go.
Have a wonderful night at work, unless Masha's international, possibly.
I believe she's in Germany. So
Okay, so
yeah.
she's going to her daily job. She's not a night owl. Makes sense. Regardless,
Sure. Yeah.
she can hear this when it goes up, and regardless, it'll make sense. I think, probably, hopefully. Let's see here, Matt.
Yes.
I'm dying to try this butterscotch beer.
Do you want a taste test?
Yeah, I'm going to do it. Ugh. Okay, so this is, once again, Flying Cauldron butterscotch beer. On the back it says, since 1374. I don't know if that date's right. The Flying Cauldron has been...
1374?
Yeah, 1374. The Flying Cauldron has been making this magical brew for underage wizards who are young at heart at their brew pub in Hogsbreath, England. The recipe has changed a little over centuries. It has the perfect combination of spells and quality natural ingredients. Add a scoop of vanilla ice cream to create our giggle potion.
Okay, now this sounds like they're trying to cater to the wizarding community. I mean, sure, they're called, like, what did you say, Flying Cauldron or something
Flying
like
Cauldron.
that? Yeah.
Non-alcoholic butterscotch beer.
I'd be interested to know if anybody out there listening has actually tried this before.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're going for the fan base head on. So let's give this a shot, shall we?
Go for it.
That is quite butterscotchy. It is a butterscotch flavored cream soda.
Okay.
Like what we made is thicker, and like in the parks, like that's how I remember the Butterbeer being.
Yep.
This is like a lighter. It's like just a straight up cream soda, but it has that butterscotch.
And that's kind of what I figured. It's still a soda, as opposed to Butterbeer, which, well, it's not a beer,
right?
But it's, I guess, it has more substance to it. There's something else in it. Whereas, that's just going to be like I said, it's a flavored cream soda.
And by the time it comes down to this form, like the carbonation's gone, but there's so much going on, like you don't really recognize it. But the butterscotch beer definitely is like very carbonated, very soda-y, which
So not bad?
Not bad. I would buy this again. I would prefer to make it, but sometimes you don't always have the time or the opportunity to make your own.
To be perfectly honest, mine almost didn't get made tonight. I was trying to be good and plan ahead. And I made an extra trip to the store. I got the rum extract and stuff I didn't actually have around the house. And then I got here tonight, and I was looking closer at the instructions again. It's like, Becca, do we have a candy thermometer? No, we don't. And then I got to the brown sugar, and it's like, oh, I thought we always had lots of brown sugar. Yeah, we had like half a cup left.
Ooh.
So we made a half batch.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, you don't need. The recipe that we put up is for like four full glasses of it.
Exactly.
If you're just making two, half a cup, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
Also, I never go with the candy thermometer. I'm kind of a rebel like that. Yeah. So.
Well, we didn't either, and 100% of the credit tonight goes to Becca, my wife, because she did the whole thing. Mm-hmm. It turned out great.
The big thing with the candy thermometer, from my cooking and baking experience, is like you just don't want the sugar to start to become caramel.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like as long as you're stirring it and keeping it moving and keeping it in that liquid state, then you're fine. The candy thermometer is just kind of, it's for people that don't want to sit there and watch it constantly as it cooks. So I'm glad it came out good for you though, Matt.
Yeah. I was actually surprised at how close it was to what I remembered.
Yeah. It has those flavors and the creaminess of it. Especially with that cream on top. Like that's the key right there.
Yeah. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I haven't been to the park in over a year. So how good is my memory? Right. How good are my taste buds? Who knows?
If you were to go to the park, have it at the park, and then go home that night and then try to make your own, I'm sure you're going to know the difference. Like, you're going to be able to tell which one was better. But, like, a year removed from the last time you tasted it, it's going to be pretty good. So, and I know there's lots of recipes out there. Everybody likes it differently. There are easier methods of making your own butterbeer, but this is the one that I've kind of settled on, and it works. And I don't want to stray away from it, but I'm sure people have chest blown up.
Yeah. We have to send a shout out here to one of our listeners, Taryn.
Okay. Hi, Taryn.
She's one of our Patreon supporters. So I've gotten a chance to talk to her a few times, and they want us to point out that Taryn canceled a date tonight.
Wow.
Here with us.
Wow. I mean, she canceled a date to be with two awesome guys. I feel like she probably made the right decision here.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you very much for that, Taryn. I'm glad to hear you can make it.
Was it a first date? Like, I feel like I want to ask questions about this, but I don't want to pry as well. You know, like,
yep.
This is a touchy subject here. If it's a first date, look, it probably wasn't meant to be anyway. If it's not a first date, then he'll understand. You know, he'll get it. Look, Harry Potter, these are your boys here. You gotta do. This is a 1-year anniversary. This is a birthday celebration. There's a lot going on tonight, Taryn. He'll understand, and if he doesn't, it's not for you anyway. Cut him loose.
There you go.
Dating advice. Who knew it was the first date? Okay, yeah. There's more fish in the sea. Who knew we'd be doing dating advice on this show tonight, Matt?
Not me. That's for sure.
Yeah, we should just start an advice show.
Yeah.
Matt the Muggle, give advice. Let's do a giveaway.
All right.
Mel B, you're in the chat. I know you're in the chat, Mel B. So I'm going to give her a chance. I'm not even going to type it. She's going to hear me. There's a little delay. There's like 10-second delay. She'll get to it. Mel B, you pick a number of the next winner. She's our headmistress.
Yes, the original headmistress.
The OG headmistress. Mel B picks number 42.
42.
Yes. Mel B and so many folks out there support us over on Patreon. You can too. Patreon.com/Tales from Godric's Hollow. Might as well throw out a cheap plug when my math counts, because Matt's not the best at math, despite being a Ravenclaw. It takes him a while.
All right. This one goes to Cliff Pettit. Pettit? Probably Pettit.
Probably Pettit. That sounds right. Congratulations, Cliff.
Yeah.
And another new name.
Yeah.
How did this work out? Did you just like shove all of our regular listeners like into like a little separate folder?
No, not at all. This is what I mean. During the weekly giveaways, we kind of have our regulars that like to enter, and we get that sort of thing. But we have a lot of reviews, and honestly, this show sparked a lot of people to get those reviews into us this week.
Good.
So that's part of it too.
Excellent. That's good to hear. We thank everybody for sending reviews. Helps us get noticed in the Harry Potter community out there. What did our friend Cliff win, Matt?
I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count.
I don't know what that riddle means. 2 guesses, but 3 guesses, but the first 2 don't count?
Yes.
Oh, gotcha. A Hermione pen.
There you go.
Like a Hermione. Adorable. I love it. Here's my gripe with it right off the bat.
What's that?
She's not holding books.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel like she should have a stack of books in her hands or under her arms, you know?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah. Either way.
That would definitely be a more Hermione thing.
Yeah, definitely. Congratulations, Cliff. Let's Let's see here. You want another email, Matt? Let's do another email.
I think it's about time.
All right.
Next email then comes from Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Down in New Zealand.
Kim in New Zealand.
Says, hi, Matt and Josh. Congratulations on a year's recordings. I won't be joining you as time zones don't work and fit this time, but I look forward
Hold on.
Yes.
I'm just going to point out the fact that I'm fairly certain New Zealand and Australia are in a pretty close time zone, and Mel B's here. So...
slightly different time zone. I think Mel B might be like on a lunch break, so it might not work if you're just an hour or two off.
Okay, I'm sorry, Kim. I'm sorry. I had to point that out because somebody was going to in the chat room, so I might as well take the flack for it. Continue.
All right. She says, I'm a big podcast listener and always have something playing from a wide variety of subjects. Yours, however, is the only one which I listen to every word of and look forward to every week. It took me about half... Oh, that's... So, you know I pre-screen all these emails, right?
Yeah. Well, I hope you do.
This next paragraph might just be my favorite.
Okay.
It took me about half of the first book to get used to Josh's accent. That's right, Josh's, not Matt's. I have to rewind often.
Hold on.
Now, yes.
My accent?
Yes. Finally, someone does not have a problem with the way I talk. It's on you now.
I have the most nondescript.
No, that's me. That's me. Midwest, nondescript.
Say sorry.
No.
Us West Coasters do not have accents.
Anyway, she says, now I only have to rewind Josh when I can't believe what he may have just predicted without having a clue how he's done it. It's made me laugh out loud with what I think of as your weird Americanisms as you work through some of the English culture. I remember a very long discussion you had about Christmas crackers. I remember that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Says, I've at times been confused when Matt has discussed sports I know nothing about. I can understand that.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep. I've loved going through the books at a different pace and seeing things through fresh eyes. I've never thought I would spend so much time thinking about a giant squid.
Welcome to the crazy mess.
Yeah. Welcome to Josh's world. I think the success of your show comes from the easy listening format you have. You both work well together and your interaction together is great. Thanks to Josh for the way you have been so open with your feelings and emotions as you have experienced these books. Matt, your skill in leading Josh through this experience is amazing. I'm sure you must do a lot of work behind the scenes we don't hear about. Overall, the podcast gives me a few hours in another world where I feel sad at some of the darker moments, excited for what is to come, but mostly it just makes me happy and laugh. Thank you both. And I lost Josh briefly again. So I'm going to have to take over by myself until we get him back. So we're going to move over to the chat for a little while. That's right. I do have all my folks from the Midwest out here. Yes. Midwesterners unite. All right. Oh, yeah. Rose F. Death, you, I believe, are on the West Coast as well. So we don't have... I can't take your opinion much when you're talking about Josh, I don't think. Oh, okay. I don't say y'all. That's a Southern Midwest, that's a Texas thing. Upper Midwest, if you want to be more specific, I guess. but I guess I don't mind saying y'all, but I don't think I have the drawl that a lot of people do down in Texas when you say it. I say it like Floridian. I don't know how to take that. Oh, all right. Not sure what's going on with Josh. So we are going to see what we can do here to fill a little more space. You know what? Let me double check this. If we have enough giveaway prizes here, we might go ahead and do that. All right. So it sounds like Josh's internet might have died. Like coming into the house, he says. So we'll give him a little more time. And we will indeed do another giveaway. So I am going to, do what we've been doing all night here. And everybody say farewell to our headmistress, Mel B. She's got to head out. And we'll talk to her later. Hopefully, maybe we can get her a prize here sooner or later. But once again, I need a number from one of you lovely listeners out there. First number I get in the chat, whoever's ready with a number, we'll go with that one. And obviously we need new numbers from the numbers we've already gotten. There we go, 19. 19 will do it. And the lucky number 19 tonight goes to Lauren. Lauren Aragon, I believe. Are you serious? You just gave me your own number? I don't know how you managed that. Well, congratulations, Lauren. You are going to win our last pin of the night. And that one, I will be surprised. Well, actually, I don't know if anyone can guess this. But we have one more pin to give away. And that is going to be of the Hogwarts crest. We'll get you a picture of that up here. There you go. So congratulations, Lauren. That pin is all yours. Unfortunately, I don't really want to go too much further without Josh because we want him to take part in these emails. He needs to, I've read the emails. I could read them to you guys. But I think we want Josh to be able to react to the emails as well. That's a big part of this. So I will take this time to take any suggestions from the audience. What you think we should do to fill some time here while we wait for Josh to cut back, hopefully. Otherwise, we may have contact.
Hi. Somebody pulled the internet plug.
Kids these days.
No, there's no kids here.
Nope, you got the house to yourself and you're still having problems?
Yeah, Val's downstairs reading. So, and it wasn't the router. It was the internet coming in.
All right. Well, you only missed one thing.
Okay.
We had another giveaway.
Okay.
It was this marvelous Hogwarts crest pin. I let them know this is our final pin of the night that we just gave away. Lauren actually managed to pick her own number.
Shenanigans. I call shenanigans on that one.
I don't know how you're gonna call shenanigans. I don't even know Lauren personally.
You guys are in cahoots.
She is not in the house. As far as I know, no one's seen my list of numbers.
That's true.
So,
all right, no shenanigans.
There you go.
Yeah, awesome.
So, we were gonna head back to the emails now, but we had to wait for you.
Yeah, naturally. I'm sorry.
Thankfully,
I'm sorry.
You made it here on time. It's okay.
I came back.
It's okay.
I'm glad you kept the show going.
Yes. There may be a few pauses, but for the most part, we kept the show going.
Sure. All right.
It was weird when I stopped talking, you didn't pick up right away. I'm like, I'm not used to this. I've never run a solo show before. You've at least done like the Muggle Theories, and you kind of have to keep talking. I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
I'm used to my breaks here and there. So,
well, it only took a year.
So, our next email then comes from Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Says, hi, Josh and Matt. Happy anniversary. I'm not sure if you're reading emails on the live show, but if you are, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to be there to support and show my appreciation for what you two have created. Your relationship is inspiring and brings joy to those around you. I'm glad you found one another and have allowed us to come along for the journey. 1 year ago, when you two made a commitment to do this podcast, before God, Drick, and your loved ones, you promised to preserve in sickness, Matt was the sick ones, and in health, when richer, 39 patrons thus far, and poorer, starting out without funding. In the good times, you're Wizard Harry, and the bad, kill the spare.
Why do you have to say it?
He also says, sorry, Josh.
That's not good enough.
I hope you find your relationship as refreshing and inspiring as we do. So let's raise our Butterbeer glasses. Here's to many more episodes, because, as recently pointed out, you're only halfway through the series.
Matt, how come you don't have Harry Potter themed glasses? I'm concerned about this.
That was the other thing I realized this week, is that's one area I am indeed lacking. I do not have Harry Potter drinkware.
Yeah. You need to change that.
I know I looked at a lot of it when I was down at the parks, but my concern then was bringing it back home on the plane.
Sure.
I didn't.
Target, man, I'm telling you, check out Target.
I don't think I've ever seen it at my Target.
It's pushed in the back of like the movie section. Behind it, like they usually have a wall of like pop culture stuff. There'll be like Star Wars and Harry Potter and Marvel and DC and that kind of stuff.
All right, I'll have to look into that.
If not, I have a spare Ravenclaw glass that I'm never going to use, so I can just send that to you. I forget I have it, to be honest with you.
Fair enough.
It hasn't even come out of the box yet, man. No Ravenclaws in this household. Sorry. I know you exist, Matt. You guys just kind of do your own thing. I want to show off a cake, Matt.
All right. It's about that time?
I think so. Why not, right? I mean, I just left the podcast briefly, and then I came back and made my triumphant return and tried not to cry about Cedric. So I feel like this is a good time as any to share with everybody out there this amazing cake that I worked so hard on. Blood, sweat, and tears went into this thing, Matt. The unfortunate part is there's no kids here this week. I have way too much cake for any one man to eat.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, like Val will have a piece, but like there's way too much sugar in this for her. Like we're just gonna start giving it away. Like we're gonna take it to like friends and coworkers. And
are your kids still in sports right now?
No.
That would have been perfect.
Over.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with it. So I don't know. It's a cake. I made it. I made it for you guys, the audience out there. I wish everybody could have a piece of it because it would be amazing. But here we go. Let's take a little trip with the camera. Ooh. Okay, here we go, folks.
Neighbors. There you go.
Let's see. Cables.
Quickly, Josh, quickly. But that's not all.
That's not all. There we go. There's the money.
Hey, look, Ravenclaw. What do you know? Right up front.
Well, if you notice, Matt, it's our logo.
I know.
Okay.
I very much know. But now the people know.
Slytherin, Gryffindor, and you can see by all the destruction of the cake, Hagrid sat on this cake and kind of messed it up. Hence, all the imperfections going on here. I try to make it as authentic as possible. So we got Gryffindor, then back to Hufflepuff, of course. So this top cake, the pink layer, that is actually a chocolate cake with strawberry buttercream frosting.
Sounds good.
I risked it, Matt. I'm not going to lie to you. I went to Google and I said, what type of cake did Hagrid give Harry?
Okay.
And the first result that popped up was it's pretty much talked about in the fandom of it being a chocolate cake with most likely a strawberry frosting because of the pinkness on it. So I didn't research past that. I stopped there because I figured that I already know about the cake. It happened in the first book, in the first movie. So I don't know past that. But so I made a chocolate cake with a strawberry buttercream. The entire cake is covered in a marshmallow fondant that I make myself.
Ooh,
so
that's even more impressive. I didn't realize you made that yourself.
Oh, yeah. So when most people have fondant on cakes, it's dry and it's starchy because people use cornstarch with it.
Okay.
And usually people just take off the fondant, like they just peel it back and then eat the cake underneath,
Yeah.
I make a marshmallow fondant that just tastes like marshmallows. So it's completely, totally edible and delicious, and it makes you want to eat it with the cake instead of just tossing it aside like most wedding cakes do.
Sure.
So it's a marshmallow fondant. Anyway, so the second cake down here, the square one, and I posted some pictures. The cake inside itself is also colored to match the squares. So there are 4 different colors inside the cake. Ooh, getting wobbly. But it is a butterbeer flavored cake with a vanilla buttercream frosting. So we got 2 different cakes going on. We got the square. We got the round cakes sitting on top of each other. There we go. I wanted to do so much more with it, Matt. I really did. And
yeah. But this is a good place to start, that's for sure.
I had to stop myself. I said, I'm not making it for anybody other than this audience right now. I'll take pictures with it. I'll share it. It'll be a cool thing. But I'm just like looking at it like, man, this is so much cake for just, 2 people in this house. And yeah, time-wise, I miscalculated time, how much time I was going to be spending on it. I had some ideas to incorporate some magical creatures into this cake.
Sure. Because
why wouldn't I?
Like the picture behind you? Or behind the cake?
Like, there we go. Yeah. Second screen experience here. So no, I wanted to do much more with it, but I had to stop myself and try to keep it basic but still enjoyable for tonight's festivities and our audience. But there is the infamous Happy Birthday Harry birthday cake sitting on top of the Tales from Godric's Hollow logo birthday cake underneath.
Wonderful. So yeah, we have a couple of requests already from Wisconsin here that you need to get closer to Wisconsin with these cakes.
I have actually looked into how much or what it takes to ship cakes.
Okay.
It is a thing. It's pricey-ish, but it's doable. It's actually doable. A lot of dry ice and food shipping containers, but
I believe it. Yeah.
it's doable.
I honestly though, we're gonna have to get you out here for a fan meetup or something sometime, somewhere down the road.
I mean, it seems like everybody's located in Wisconsin.
Enough of us.
I'm, throw this out there. I think we need to do a fan meetup in Australia or New Zealand. That's just me.
Yeah, we'll work on this.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my cake. Hope you guys liked it.
I believe they do.
Yeah. I will take pictures and show it off as best as I can later. I'm sorry. I'm like adjusting my camera here like a dope.
Yeah, you're all over the place.
I know. I'm sorry.
Professional.
Look. I need to show off the cake, Matt. If it wasn't for the cake, I'd be good.
Yeah, you're supposed to have a second camera for that, I think.
Look, Matt. It's not going to happen. Anyway, I will let you guys know once I'll cut into it, and then I'll tell everybody how good it tastes and kind of rub it in on how amazing it is. Judging by the small amount of tasting I do while baking and decorating, because I try not to indulge while I'm working, because then it ends up not ever getting decorated, and I just lay down on the floor of my kitchen and just put cake in my mouth. I feel like the Butterbeer cake is going to be as good as advertised. Like the chocolate and strawberry cake, that's solid, right? Like we know that's going to be probably pretty good. But this Butterbeer cake, this isn't based off a recipe. This is my own doing. So
okay,
we'll see.
We will see.
But I totally wish I could share with everybody. It's going to be delicious.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
We should get back to the emails then.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Next email comes from Chelsea.
Hi, Chelsea.
Says, hey guys, you asked us to let you know what the show means to us. Great question. I think this is a great way to celebrate Harry Potter's birthday and your 1-year anniversary, because this provides us with such a great connection back to the Wizarding World. When I found your podcast, I was fresh out of college and had just started my career. While I was interning my last year of school, I got burnt out. I was working, interning, and going to school all at the same time. I became exhausted physically and mentally. When I finished school and was able to work one job, I decided to get myself back together so I would not be burnt out again. I started spending more time with friends and family, eating better, and working out again. Then I found your podcast. I was so excited because this was another way to add happiness to my everyday life. The drive to my work is about 30 to 40 minutes, so that's when I listen to you guys. It's a nice wake up in the morning and a great way to de-stress after a long work day. Your podcast has given me another way to practice self-care. Your podcast has brought me back to something I love so much, Harry Potter. I have always been known as a big Harry Potter fan, but I felt that I was slacking and no longer partaking in things I enjoyed. I applaud you guys because it can be difficult to fit reading into a busy daily life. Your podcast has pushed me to take more time to do the things I enjoy. Your podcast has given me a new way to enjoy the books and movies, and I could not thank you more.
Oh, you're welcome. I was totally worried that she was going to say, and I found your podcast and it ruined it all. All of my hard work down the drain.
Yeah, I finally had life figured out, and then your podcast.
Then you guys came along, messed it all up. No, thank you. That means a lot. We're glad to be here for you and for everybody. Also, I'm going back and reading the chat about the cake and stuff because I was busy playing cameraman.
Sure.
Yeah, that's cool stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, they like it. They want it.
Yeah, I want it too. I'm hungry. Like, this sitting here next to me is not a good idea.
Well, that's one way to get rid of it, I guess, right?
Again, I'm trying not to eat it on the air, Matt. Trying to do professional podcasting. but it's tough. With,
we got people planning all sorts of trips over here. Trips to Harry Potter World, trips to the Packer games.
You send me somewhere, I'll bring cake. How about that?
Bring the cake to the Packer game. Packer Family Night's coming up this week.
Nobody cares about Packer Family Night.
Yeah, they do. Remember, we have half the state of Wisconsin over here in the chat.
True. Well, to be fair, there's like 20 people in Wisconsin. Matt, let's do another email.
Your perception of Wisconsin is wow. Okay. Next email comes from our headmistress, Mel B.
Hello, Mel B.
Says, as one of the headmistresses, it's clear that I really enjoy and support this podcast. I did give her, I actually told her before I told you.
That's fair. I don't blame you, to be honest.
Headmistress got to know.
Yeah.
So the question is, why? Well, apart from having people refer to me as headmistress, which greatly strokes my ego.
Power trip.
I was very young when I read the books, and I sped through them to the end to being completely surprised at every turn. Now that I'm older, I still speed through the books, but as I do so, I also think and try to guess what's really happening and what will happen next. I read a lot of thriller and mystery novels, so that's part of the fun. Listening to Josh make his way through the novels is a chance for me to re-experience Harry Potter through fresh, unwitting eyes. I feel Josh's eagerness and enthusiasm as he's fallen in love with the series, just like so many before him. I also enjoy giggling when Josh is so far off from what's actually going on. I look forward to reading Josh's fan fiction one day. We're waiting on that, Josh. We're waiting.
It's coming.
She says, I look forward to your live episode, Mel B.
Thank you, Mel B. Also, I'd like to point out that I have yet to be that far off with anything I've said. I'm ballpark, always.
Yes and no.
Especially about Crookshanks, right, Matt?
Just, I'm going to tell you to wait for Twitter this Thursday.
Twitter this Thursday.
We got something for you that may go the other way, prove you wrong a little bit.
Okay.
All right. I think it's time for another giveaway.
Let's do it.
Are you going to give me a number this time, or are we going back to the...
Let's go back to the chat. These people have fun here. First person to throw out a number in the chat. That's going to be the number. And not a number we've already used. I don't know what number Lauren threw out there.
She threw out 19.
Okay, so Lauren could, not do that. 51.
51.
Says Caitlin.
That's good. Did we even give them a number range before?
At the beginning, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I said 1 through 59.
Okay.
I think someone threw like 453 out there. Either it was a typo or they just weren't reading what I was putting in the chat. But regardless, everybody's stayed under the 59 range. So,
well, this one is going to Taryn.
Hi.
There's a name we've heard before.
Yeah. Taryn, the lady that gave up a date to hang out with us today.
Yes. There you go. It's officially worth your while, right? Won something. You have an excuse.
Congratulations, Taryn.
Let's see. So that means Taryn won the next item on my list, which is not a pin.
Ooh. Is it a pin?
No, I don't have any pens. Sorry.
One day, we were talking about it in the chat earlier. One day, you're just going to throw out a pin as a giveaway, PEN, and just mess me up forever.
Yeah, there are a lot of Harry Potter pens out there, actually.
Oh, sure there is, yeah. Not tonight, though.
Not tonight. She gets one of these brand new Harry Potter Funko figures that just came out. That this was one of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives.
Yeah.
Well, this one, I mean, obviously wasn't directly from the Comic-Con. Is from, do you remember? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. This is the one you picked up for us.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, Barnes and Noble exclusive.
Yeah.
But yeah, Harry Potter catching the snitch on the broom.
Very cool. What year is Harry Potter supposed to be in this pop figure? Do you know?
That's a good question. If I had to guess, it's probably.
Could we base it off of which broom he has? Like, would that help? Like, I don't.
You have the figure. Does it actually have the broom name on it, or?
Oh, I have no idea.
Like, it kind of looks in this picture like there might be something written there.
Might
but
be. I'll investigate later. I'll pull it out of the bag and check it out.
Well, Taryn agrees. This is totally worth skipping the date night.
Yeah.
There you go.
Totally. Lauren in the chat room is saying year 1 or 2. Second year, possibly. That makes sense. He looks young, I guess. I don't know. Like, there's no...
I mean, do they really make pop figures look older, though? I mean, other than, like, giving them gray hair, which...
Not a child.
Okay, well... he has a beard. Harry doesn't have a beard, guy.
I don't know. Maybe he grows one later on. I don't know what kind of facial hair game Harry Potter has.
It's true, but I mean, I suppose by the time he's 18, he could be growing some hair.
Sure. I was growing it before I was 18, Matt. You don't need to be a legal adult to start growing facial hair.
It's just about the time.
Sure.
Depending.
Anyway, we know it's not book 4.
Yes, it is not book 4. They did not play Quidditch in book 4.
No Quidditch in book 4. I'm still mad about that. I don't know why that gets me.
Yeah, I don't know either, because you were so, like, who needs Quidditch? There's always so much talk about Quidditch. What's the big deal? It's Quidditch. And then we take away Quidditch and you're mad.
You know what I think it is? And I was thinking about this last night as we were reading the chapters for this week's episode. But it was because, okay, so we got the Quidditch World Cup, which was our Quidditch supplement, which was fine in the book. But it was a different feel. It was Harry watching it, not Harry participating in it, which was fine. But then come the movie, nothing. We got no Quidditch going on in the movie. Nothing. And I feel like that's been like a staple of the movies up until then, was like the big Quidditch scene. Like that was where most of their CGI went, was Quidditch. So they just completely ex-nate it from the movie, probably because of dragons and such. But
exactly. Someone mentioned, like Harry sword plays Quidditch against the dragon. He has to catch the golden egg instead of, and he's on a broom. Like I said, there's more CG work with the dragons, and then all the stuff under the water, that was obviously all CG. A lot of stuff going on in that fourth movie, actually.
But we didn't get Lee Jordan announcing. And that's really what it comes down to, Matt. Like, when we really break it down to importance in my heart, that's where it is.
So in your head, it's not so much Quidditch, but Quidditch means Lee Jordan.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Let's do another email.
All right, we can do that. Back to the emails.
Right in the mood around here.
Next email from Brandy.
Hi, Brandy.
She says, "Hello, boys. Congratulations on 1 year of Tales from Godric's Hollow. I've been listening to and enjoying your podcast every week since the very beginning, last August. Listening to this podcast has brought me joy and comfort every week. Every time I reread the series, I learn more and more about being a good human. Harry Potter is my favorite fandom that exists because people who love Harry Potter are almost always amazing people. I'm not 100% sure if that's because the series has taught them good values or because they had good values to begin with and that's what brought them to the series. But either way, I'm happy to welcome Josh as a new Potterhead. I'm proud of you guys so far, and I can't wait to see what the next year brings. Happy podcasting."
Lots of tears. I'm sure. Lots of emotions. Lots of frustration. Me getting mad about ridiculous things. You know, pretty much like the first year. Just more emotional, probably.
Yeah, I think we got a few surprises in store for the second year, though, too.
I hope so, Matt. Like more awesome magical creatures?
Oh, we got plenty of things to talk about in the second year.
Crookshanks?
And things that we're going to do with this show, too.
Oh, boy. You're surprises for me.
Maybe. Just have to stick around and find out.
Caitlin in the chat says, why do I have a feeling that Josh's fan fiction is going to star Lee Jordan? Oh, totally. You know, like that thing that people always talk about where they wish that their lives could be narrated by Morgan Freeman, or that, like, if anything is going to be narrated, it has to have Morgan Freeman's voice. I'm going to make Lee Jordan the next Morgan Freeman. Like, Lee Jordan is going to be, you know, the overall the narrator voice of my fan fiction.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
All right. Looking forward to it.
Let's do another email.
Next email from Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Says, I stumbled upon Tales from Godric's Hollow while searching for Potter podcasts because I wanted to hear more about it and hear from different perspectives. Granted, Tales from Godric's Hollow was not exactly what I was looking for, but something about it stuck with me and had me wanting to come back and hear more. Thinking back, I believe it was the fact that Josh had never read the books before. And I too was just getting started with reading the books for the first time after seeing all the movies multiple times. I think because we were both on a very similar journey, it made me want to hear what he thought, mixed with Matt's more seasoned perspective. It certainly didn't hurt that I found Josh and I to be very similar in a lot of ways, so that made it fun for me too when I would hear him say the exact thing I had said while reading a particular part. So thank you guys for sticking with this and being consistent with it. It is the only podcast I tell myself I need to listen to as soon as it becomes available. I know a lot of hard work goes into this, so thank you for your labor of love, and I hope you guys are getting as much out of this as we are. It's been a joy getting to know you guys.
Thank you, Joe.
Indeed.
I'm being real with you, Joe. I put no hard work into it. I just show up. I just show up and do the thing. Matt does all the hard work.
I do some work.
Man, we make it sound like we do so much on this podcast. We don't. We just show up.
Hey,
I'm kidding. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
let the people think what they want.
Yeah, that's true. I won't take that away from him.
But no, honestly, as the years gone on, I've been putting more and more time into this.
Yeah.
Just as things get deeper and we keep adding on shows and adding on the website and that type of thing, like
sure.
I honestly, I have been spending more and more time with it.
Well, I mean, our lives have changed over the last year as well, so, and our different things that we have going on individually.
Also true.
Yeah. So there's reasons for everything. Well, thank you, Joe. Let's do a giveaway.
It's about the time.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. How many do we have left?
No, yeah. This will work out nicely.
Okay.
You're calling my plan. Like I kind of have a plan now, but like
I'm just going with what works.
Exactly. You're calling it without even knowing.
Sure. We're in sync, Matt.
Yep.
T. Leaves, Treylani. She told me what was going on. Chat room. I need a number, chat room. You know what to do. Put in a number. Don't pick Lauren's number again, or I will definitely call shenanigans. 100%. Let's see what the chat room picks. We are waiting for the chat room to catch up. 44!
44, you say?
Yes. 44 is the first one that came through.
44 then will give us... it looks like Matthew Aberley.
Congratulations, Matthew Aberley.
We'll go with that for now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another new name.
Yeah.
What did Matthew win?
He won something completely different from anything we've given away so far.
A new car.
No.
Legally, I'm not allowed to say
cars
that.
In here. Wait, there are cars in Harry Potter. Never mind. So
a used car.
that would be more accurate to what's in Harry Potter. Yes. This will go to a book. This is actually a book. I don't know if you've seen in stores or anything. but it feels like something that you would actually pick up or at least be interested in. And it might be something that you probably could pick up because it's actually based on Fantastic Beasts.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you got my attention.
It's called The Case of Beasts.
I have seen that.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations, Matt.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in that thing.
Yeah, that's a nice book there.
Yeah. That's awesome. Lauren says she has it.
Does she?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's good to hear. I'm glad people like it because I think it's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
And it says for Josh. Perfect.
That's the key right there. Is it muggle friendly?
That is the key.
Yeah. Matt, let's do an email.
All right. We can go back to the emails here.
Sure.
Next email comes from...
This cake is just smelling really good right now, by the way.
You're going to have to break into that soon. Was the cake still warm? Or no, I suppose you have to wait for it to cool to put the topping on.
Yeah, I did all the baking yesterday and last night, so the cakes are nice and cool, and I decorated them today.
Okay.
But it's just like that sugary buttercream smell that's going on. That's
fair enough. Next email comes from Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Says, hey, Josh and Matt. I'm a proud member of the Harry Potter generation. The books and movies helped define my childhood. When I left grad school last year, I suddenly discovered that I had a lot of extra time on my hands and decided to read for fun. Finding this podcast inspired me to pick up Harry Potter again. Rereading the series has been on my to-do list for a while, and I'm glad I finally have a community of people to do it with. I think what I like most about Tales from Godric's Hollow, though, is how much I've grown to appreciate the podcast medium. I've started listening to podcasts about a year and a half ago, but I mostly just stuck to the big, shiny, professionally produced ones. This American Life, Everything Gimlet, Radiolab, etc. This is the first homegrown podcast I've gotten into, and I love that it fosters a community. I've definitely learned a lot about the potential power of podcasting by listening to you guys. I'm so happy I've stumbled upon this podcast. Cheers to another years of Godric's Hollow.
Matt.
Yes?
To make Sarah feel more at home, I think I'm going to start podcasting in my NPR radio voice.
You do that.
and we'll lose every listener we have.
And next time we get to a big moment. And then he said, kill the spare.
Why would you... I'm quitting. I'm going to kill my internet again, Matt. Why did that need to be mentioned again?
Well, it was the first moment that popped into my head.
You're sick. You're twisted. You're a Ravenclaw through and through. With a hint of Slytherin. I don't trust Ravenclaw, Matt. I have no reason to trust Ravenclaw at this point. You guys are borderline Slytherin, I think.
So Ravenclaw is a product of the Slytherin house.
I feel like yes. I feel like Ravenclaw are just Slytherin that haven't fully accepted their bad and awful ways quite yet. You know? You guys are cunning and slick and you use your intelligence to your benefit, but like you haven't quite mastered the art of full on taking advantage of situations the way Slytherin do. But you're there. You're right on the cusp.
All right. If you say so.
I feel like you guys could just flip-flop back and forth at any given point. Oh, crap. Chat room is pointing out that our new headmistress is Ravenclaw, so...
She is. She indeed is.
That sucks.
Sucks for who?
Me. I have one more day to enjoy this, is what I'm saying. She's not headmistress until tomorrow. Right? Uh-oh. The internet go out again?
No.
Okay.
I
you refreshed again, didn't you?
I did, but that one was intentional. because my chat room was frozen. Nothing was working quite right.
Strange.
Yeah, I have no explanation for it, but I had to do it, and I probably should have warned you, but oh well. We'll get if we did a live thing every week, we'd have this down, but
yeah, we don't. What do you want to do? Another email or another giveaway?
I think we should take one more email.
Okay, let's do that.
This email actually comes from Atari Alex.
Hey, not the last one of the night.
Not the last one.
This feels weird.
So he says, Dear Josh and Matt, I can't believe it's already been a year. I can't believe it's only been a year. I can't believe we're already halfway done with the series. I can't believe a year from now, we still won't be done with the series. Anywho, I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you. As you know, I've been a big fan of Josh's ever since Toys for Games started, and have pretty much listened to every podcast he's ever done. RIP Collector's Edition. When you guys announced a Harry Potter podcast, I was thrilled. Harry Potter has been a huge part of my life and the reason I am the nerd I am today. So listening to two guys I know and like sounded like fun, but there's no way I could have predicted what it would become. Even though it's been hilarious, shocking, and occasionally downright maddening, hearing Josh's predictions has never ceased being fun. Matt's clever distractions and knowing questions have been equally as fun for those of us who have been longtime fans. But most importantly, for me at least, is simply reading the books again. While my passion for Harry Potter has never dwindled over the years, I didn't really have an outlet to enjoy it. So it was dormant for quite a long time. As it turns out, this podcast has been the perfect way to re-engage me with the franchise. Forcing myself to take an hour out of my week to sit down and read has been very relaxing. And reading the series again for the first time in 5 or 6 years has been as nostalgic as it has been entertaining. Then, of course, I get to hear your thoughts on the reading, and you make fun of me, which is one of the highlights of my week. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for rekindling my love for this series, which has been one of the cornerstones of my life for the past 16 years. You guys rock.
Well, thank you, Alex. Alex was a big supporter of us doing this podcast when we first started tossing the idea around. And I think you always mentioned, Matt, how like before we started, like people would make Harry Potter references. And I think Alex was probably like the biggest culprit of the Harry Potter references that I never understood, that you would listen to and be like, wow,
absolutely. Yeah.
It's driving me crazy right now. So this was definitely going to be a hit with Alex. But we definitely appreciate you, Alex, and sitting through the weekly roasting that we provide. To be fair, you kind of ask for it, and you pretty much deserve it. But we appreciate you nonetheless.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Giveaway?
I think we can do that.
Let's do that. Let's ask the. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Is Taryn still in the chat? Do we know?
I couldn't tell you.
Taryn, if you're still in the chat, I am asking you to pick a number. Mainly because you gave up date night. Oh, she is. She'll catch up here in a second. She already won. She gave up date night to be here with us. I'm going to let her pick the next number.
It's fair enough.
Yeah. If she wants to. If not, Chris has already put in a number to use as a backup. Taryn's going on and on about how great Hufflepuffs are. You know, I like that. We're cruising along here, Matt.
We are.
Yeah. Maybe Taryn's not even listening.
just hanging out in the chat, has us muted.
Yeah, probably.
She likes hanging out with them better than us.
Yeah. I don't blame her. I mean, I want to spend all my time in the chat room, but we have to do a podcast. We have to be professional. Let's just use Chris's suggestion. Chris is. Right. Oh! Come on, Taryn. We know you're here. 7. Number 7. We haven't done a low number. That works great.
Number 7.
Thank you, Taryn. That was close.
All right. Number 7 will go to how
hard could it be to count to 7, Matt?
So I don't have them in straight order like I should. But yeah, sorry about that. Number 7 goes to Katie.
Katie. Congratulations, Katie. The Katie that writes in every week, Katie?
Yes.
We're assuming. I'm just going to assume it is.
If she gets an email from me, then yes.
Well, congratulations, Katie. What did Katie win?
Katie is actually going to win one of
Taryn's blind date.
No. She is going to win one of our fantastic coins.
Ooh, what? The coin?
The coin.
The coin I still don't know about?
The coin you still don't know about, yeah.
Is that a Canute?
No.
Canut?
No.
Whatever.
I mean, I think we landed on Canut.
Canut, that's right.
Yeah.
Also, so Val hasn't listened to last week's show yet.
Yeah.
So when we were reading this week's, that word got brought up again.
Yep.
Because Hermione gave the owl
another one for the paper.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, right. She hasn't listened yet, so she doesn't know about this. So I stopped her and I was like explaining like how we figured out what it was pronounced like. She was like, nah, I don't like that. I'm just going to still say Newt. I'm like, okay, that works. Whatever. At least I know what you're talking about now.
Yep. I think I discussed it with Becca too, and I think she actually says Canute.
Okay.
So we've had just about every pronunciation pronunciation out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, as long as you guys are on the same page and you know what you're talking about, right. I think that's the most important thing.
As long as I'm not under the assumption that Hermione is slipping little salamander like lizards into the pouches of owls for bringing her a daily profit every day, that's all that counts.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Do we have more emails yet, Matt?
I believe we have 2 more.
Perfect. Because we did promise we'd be out of here by 8:00.
Your time.
Okay.
Yes. So we'll get back to the emails here. And we actually have an email from Lauren.
Hi, Lauren. The shenanigans, Lauren?
Yeah, that one. So Lauren says, congratulations to both of you on making it through this first year of Harry Potter podcasting. I've been listening since the very first week 1 year ago, and one of my favorite parts each week is when the newest episode is uploaded, so I can listen to you guys talk about my absolute favorite topic. Usually I reread these books every year, but this past year has been great taking the reread this slowly. It has allowed me to relive the magic of the Wizarding World for the first time again through Josh's eyes. This is also the first time I have ever listened to the books, and I'm enjoying the different experience greatly. An unexpected joy of listening to this podcast has been the amazing community that is continuing to form. I love listening to all the emails each episode and talking with everyone on Slack during the week. It's so wonderful to be a part of the Tales from Godric's Hollow community. Matt, thank you for convincing Josh to read these amazing books by starting this podcast and sharing it with the rest of us. Josh, thank you for sharing your first experience with this world with the Tales from Godric's Hollow community. I know it can be frustrating to take the series so slowly, but we all appreciate joining this journey with you.
Well, you know what? I'm a giving person. It's my Hufflepuff nature to just give back as much as I possibly can, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of this community. Because that was my biggest concern coming into it was I'm an outcast. Everybody else out there, they've done through this. Matt, you and I were definitely afraid of people ruining it for me.
Very true.
And just being kind of jerkish about it. And we've had zero of that since we started. So I'm sorry for taking so long to get here. But thank you for allowing me to be part of this community for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So I may have lied just now,
okay,
but only because people are sending in emails late. Surprise, surprise. And it's not Atari Alex.
That's the most shocking part, is the emails are coming in late and it's not Alex.
Yes, he got his in plenty early. Like, we're already way past his email, and oof.
Yeah.
So we will have a few more to go here. I think we'll just go through all of these, because I think I only have one giveaway left.
Perfect.
So
we'll save the giveaway for the end.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Next email then comes from Tanya.
Hi, Tanya.
She says, short and sweet because I'm late to the game. The reason I come back to this podcast week after week is because the community is so great. This goes hand in hand with what you're just saying. I love how protective everyone is of ensuring that Josh is protected from the spoilers. It's also a place for me to be able to share my love of Harry Potter without the eye rolls. Mom and Dad, I'm looking at you. Because
I'm giving eye rolls, but don't worry. That's totally different.
Yes, because it's not adult enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Once again, thank you to everybody out there for not spoiling it for Josh, for coming along for the ride. I think we can agree it's better that way.
I'm going to put out a bounty and a reward for the first person that tells me the truth about Crookshanks. See how quickly you guys crack.
Oh, no. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Next email then comes from Rose F. Death.
Hey, what's up?
You know him.
I do.
Says, hello, good sirs. I'm sure I'm not the last one, but I know I'm cutting it close.
Boy, are you ever.
Yeah. I just got to say I love what you're doing, and I'm so glad. There are many reasons why I listen, and I've talked with Josh about this one before, but your guys' voice make a big difference on why I listen. But another reason is because I love Harry Potter movies. I've watched them countless times. Every time that Freeform, formerly ABC Family for me, I refuse to call it Freeform, sorry. Yeah. Every time that ABC Family has them on the weekends, I can't bypass it. I just have to watch them. But the main reason I listen to you guys is because I have a friend. I've had a friend in the past tell me about the books and that I should read them. The only problem is when I read books, nothing sticks in my head about what's going on. But now that the books are on CDs, it makes it much easier for me because I can listen to something very well. I love listening to people. So when listening to the books, now I'm starting to catch on to a lot of things that my friend always told me was in the books. I would love to go into some of it, but that would be spoilers. And of course, I cannot do that. Well, you guys just went live, so I'm sending this email and jumping over to watch. Have fun, and thank you so much for doing this.
Just to prove how close he was cutting it.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Also, he likes our voices, Matt.
He does.
Because I don't have an accent, and you have a wonderful Midwestern Wisconsin accent.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think.
Kim. I will never let Kim live that down. I do not have an accent.
That's what I have always said. I don't have an accent, but...
Well, you totally do.
Everybody thinks I do.
Ask Alex. He's pointed it out multiple times.
Yeah, but Alex is also from Texas, I believe. Sure. So...
Yeah, but now he's at Syracuse. He's all over the country. He knows an accent or two.
Yeah. Final email then comes from Katie.
Hey, Katie.
And yes, this is Katie who just won Katie.
Right. She won the date.
She says, "Hi guys, very, very last minute email.
Katie.
I discovered your podcast while I was attending a court reporting convention in Chicago. It was a great experience, but I was feeling very homesick, thinking of my family and especially my sister, who just had a baby boy. I did a search for Harry Potter podcast because I wanted something comforting and familiar. And well, the rest is history. Your discussions and Josh's reactions to things are great to listen to. Thanks for making this podcast."
Thank you, Katie. Thank you for getting your email in on time.
It still made it in, so there you go.
Barely, just barely. Nick of time. Thank you to everybody that sent in emails. This was awesome. This was good. This was filling our ego buckets just a little bit. We needed this.
Yes, that's exactly what we're looking for.
Once a year, folks. Once a year, you can indulge us. Before we do the last giveaway, Matt.
Okay.
I want to ask you what this podcast means to you. Why you sit here every week and listen to my nonsense. Why you put so much hard work and effort into building what we're doing here with this community. All that good stuff.
It's a fair question, I guess. I mean, as I kind of discussed in our 20th anniversary episode, like, I honestly just started this podcast to get you to read these books. That was hands down the only reason I had in my mind when I wanted to start this podcast. I didn't have any ideas where it was going. I didn't think about community or, how we were going to run the show or anything like that.
Right.
I just wanted to get you to read the books. And I know I had heard you say, like, the only way to get me to do something is to podcast about it. And so I'm like, all right, let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
Like that's where it started. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously things have changed since then. I've found that I very much enjoy podcasting, and honestly, if I could do it more, I would. You've had me as a guest on some of your other podcasts, mm-hmm. and I greatly enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
Obviously, it helps if it's a topic I enjoy. I'm not going to podcast about fashion or something like that.
We should, though. We totally should. The fashion of Harry Potter, the Wizarding World.
There you go.
Spin-off show.
But you see, that's the thing. If you tie it back to Harry Potter, yeah, you probably could get me to talk about fashion, I guess. But generally speaking, yeah. So topic helps, obviously. But I found more and more that, yeah, I like podcasting. I like the medium. It's kind of the in thing right now. Like that is kind of people's go-to form of communication when they're trying to make a business grow or just trying to get their voice out there.
Right.
It works, and a lot of people are listening to. Like, you've heard so many of people who listen to our podcast like during their commute. People commute all the time, every day, and It might be 10 minutes, it might be 30 minutes, it might be 60 minutes, but right. Whatever it is, like, they're looking to fill that time, and podcasts are a real easy way to do it.
Yeah.
And nowadays you have so many choices. You can find podcasts probably on just about any topic you want.
Almost any topic, Matt.
Yeah?
Almost.
Okay.
Not until I get into the mix.
Yes. So, yeah, I guess I've just kind of fallen in love with podcasting. And so as the years gone on, I guess I've tried to explore that and expand on that and see where this can go. I would love for it, like if I could podcast full time, that would be amazing. but right now, obviously, it's not at that point.
Sure.
I have one podcast. We have a community. I greatly enjoy it. I'm not going to quit anytime soon. I'm not going to quit because I'm not getting paid to do it. But it's...
Wait, you're not getting paid?
Who's paying you?
This just got awkward.
Yeah. Okay. In any case, I mean, the community, I think, is something, a big thing I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
I know in the first book or two, I really didn't give people much of a chance to like email us or anything like that. We had the email address, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, especially with our launch week, we just kind of threw it out there, and no one would have had a chance to write in.
No.
The way our recording schedule went. It's just like, okay, we're going to get this started. We're going to get this jump started.
Right.
And so that's just kind of, I guess I was surprised. And I think I have to thank Atari Alex for this, honestly. He was one of the earliest emailers. I know for sure the earliest regular emailer. And he's kind of the one I can always count on to get that email in there. Like, we always had at least one email.
There's been some weeks where it was dicey whether or not he was going to get it in.
Yeah.
But he's the backbone of the email segment.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I just want to point out that somebody's throwing out a new podcast idea, Midwestern versus Pacific Northwest fashion. I feel like they would blend quite a bit. I mean, flannel, lots of flannel.
It depends what part of Wisconsin.
No, okay, that's true.
Like, I could see, northern Wisconsin kind of fits with Pacific Northwest, sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, to be perfectly honest, give me jeans and a t-shirt every day.
Sure.
I'm a happy camper.
Someone else in the chat, Matt, is asking, said, wait, where'd mine go? I got it in the day of the last episode. I mean, there was a bit of a mix-up, but Matt saw it. I'm assuming they're talking about email. You have any other straggler emails that we haven't read? This is Vanikert. I don't know how to say that.
I think...
If we already read the email, that's possible. You have any sitting around?
If it's who I'm thinking of, I think we're saving that for the regular show.
Oh, okay.
Possibly.
Okay. Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Matt.
Yes.
What does this podcast mean to me?
That's the question now.
It means I got into Harry Potter. It was something I was resilient to for the better part of my life. I didn't care about Harry Potter. I didn't want to care about Harry Potter. I had no intention of ever caring about Harry Potter. Then you came around and you kind of forced me into it, kicking and screaming. But I was excited because you were excited. I wanted to do it because I saw how excited you were. And I remember our first several weeks, we did crazy recording schedule to get as many episodes as we could, like in the can, ready to go. And I think it was like 5 or 6 episodes.
Yeah,
in like a couple weeks span.
It was supposed to be 5 episodes in the first week.
Then we changed it to 3 and 3.
Well, yeah, because we had I actually had problems with your internet connection back then.
Yeah.
So we only got the first 3 in, and then it was the last 2 plus the next week's episode.
Right.
Turned it into 3 and 3. Yep.
So it was kind of a shotgun release of this podcast, and there are many reasons why we did it that way, but ultimately I think a lot of it still had to do with you wanted to ensure that I would get into it and like commit that many weeks right off the bat. And it must have been close to the end of the first book. I remember you and I were talking before we were recording for the week, and I was talking about something had happened. I don't remember what it was, and I was saying how excited I was to record this week because of whatever event it was in the book. And I specifically remember you asking, okay, are you just playing it up for the podcast, or are you really enjoying this? Because, like, you were still unsure where I was with it. Like, you didn't fully believe that I was all in like I was. Like, I was 100% committed as far as, like, the podcast listening audience was concerned. But you definitely had some doubts of whether or not I was playing it up for the audience and for the podcast, or if I was absolutely genuine with it, and I had to, like, convince you, like, yeah, I'm all in, Matt. Don't worry. This is good. I'm liking it. And I told you, if I ever stop liking it, we'll still do the show, but I'll let you know, and you know, maybe there will be a tonal shift of how each episode goes. Like, if I'm enjoying it less and less, we'll switch things up as we need to still do what we need to do for the show, but still be authentic and genuine.
Yeah.
And, you know, to this day, I still think that we are as authentic and genuine as we possibly can. You know, people have accused me of certain things, like maybe enjoying Rita Skeeter's character a little bit too much for the sake of ruffling some feathers. And honestly, folks, like, this is just me being me. Like, I'm trying to, like, clasp onto anything I can in the series, and some things just don't go my way when I get attached to them, like Rita Skeeter. Other things do, like the crazy cat lady. You know, Giant Squid, he hasn't let me down yet, so we're good there. But yeah, I mean, this is something. It's been an incredible journey. It's been an incredible 1 year of doing the show, of reading the books. It's something that Val and I do every week together, without kids, without interruptions. And that's super important when we have as many kids as we do, and we have busy lives and everything else. Like, to have that us time. That's just us spending time together reading these books. You and I get to hang out for a few hours each week, which is awesome. I appreciate that. But honestly, like, 100%, the most important thing about any of this has been the community. Like, you all out there have been phenomenal, completely outstanding, completely blown away our expectations as far as what we were getting into when we started this. I think Matt and I would still be doing this if just Alex was listening. Because at least I'd still be reading, and that's all Matt cared about.
Exactly. Like, I would do it hands down to get you through the series.
Yeah.
And past that, like, then it might depend how much you were actually into it. But I would have been happy just getting you through the series, because then you at least have that knowledge.
Right.
Somewhat. Even if you don't retain it, I know it's in your head at least a little bit. Like, I've taken you through it. We've talked about Harry Potter enough. You know about Hogwarts. You know about this stuff. So if someone, you know, made another reference about it, like, something in your head might go, oh, that was a Harry Potter thing.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Plus, I mean, if no one else was listening and it was just Alex, like, I'm sure he could pull out an hours-long email for us to cover, but it wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be the same without all the great emails every week. Everybody that interacts with us on Twitter and Instagram and email, and all the fun people you get to talk to behind my back. You know, like, that's all so amazing. And I can't thank all of you out there enough for welcoming me into this world that you guys already love, and know so fondly, allowing me to slowly make my way through, to be kind of crazy, to be thinking in different ways than most of you probably have, and to kind of enjoy it for my own reasons. Like, that's special. Like, I don't feel like I've had to consume this in a specific way in order to be accepted in the Harry Potter community. Like I'm able to go at this my own. Like I'm able to connect to a giant squid and the announcer of the Quidditch matches, and Rita Skeeter, and magical creatures, and all this other stuff that like most people don't pay much attention to, and I still am as a part of this community now as anybody else. I will finally get to the end eventually. I will finally understand the name of our show. I will understand the weird triangle with a circle in the middle symbol. I will cry all the tears possible for anybody that may be dying in the next couple books, because that's going to happen. I will get there. I will get there. It's been a journey. Like I never thought I would have tears on a podcast while talking about the death of a fictional character. Like that was such a surreal experience that I couldn't fake, and I couldn't make up for the sake of it being good radio for people to listen to. So all of this is just to say I love you guys. I love the Harry Potter world. I thank Matt specifically for getting me to this point. But I thank everybody out there for supporting Matt in this journey, because it takes a village to raise an idiot, and you guys doing good. You're doing phenomenal. So thank you to everybody for allowing us to get to 1 year with this podcast, and we look forward to many more.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, one more giveaway, Matt. Right? Did you say we had one more?
Yeah, I guess we didn't actually give that away yet.
No, I said it was going to save it for the end.
Yeah, for some reason I was thinking, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we have one more giveaway.
21 in the chat room. Somebody already said 21.
21. All right. 21 would give us looks like Rachel Adams.
Congratulations, Rachel Adams.
There you go.
What is Rachel Adams winning, Matt?
Rachel Adams is, winning our final prize of the evening, which is, if I can get my picture up here. Did I get rid of my picture?
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Man, the professionalism of this show just plummeted.
So close.
Man.
Oh, it was just hiding down there. Got it.
We've done this before, folks, I promise.
All right.
Yeah, can you imagine how confused the listening audience is going to be when we put this up on podcast feeds?
That's why you come live. So you get your choice of one of these books. Have you seen these, Josh?
I have, yes.
Yeah, these are the 20th anniversary editions of, unfortunately, the Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, that book we haven't read. I don't know. Okay. I think Alex is familiar with it. We should ask him. But yeah, so they created these 20th, the house editions, as they're referring to them. So I'm assuming you're probably going to want to pick your house, but if you want to pick one of the other ones, that's up to you. And I'm offering either paperback or hardcover because the designs are obviously different. I honestly want all 8 of them.
Yeah.
But
I'd seen the paperback. I hadn't seen the hardcover ones. Those are slick looking.
They are. They're really slick.
Lauren in the chat said, I have the Hufflepuff one. Josh, you can't get it yet. What? Is it because we haven't read the book yet? Or are there additional things included?
That's a good question. If Lauren can answer that, that would be awesome. Because I don't have my hands on these yet either.
I love the hardcover,
but
how they have on the edge of the paper of the pages. It looks like the
Yeah.
scarves.
Exactly.
Really cool.
Ooh, there are additional spoilers.
Are
Yikes.
you kidding me? Okay, well, maybe I'll just buy it and just put it aside.
I was gonna say now I have to get them, so I know what she's talking about.
Does each book have its own individual spoilers?
That makes me wonder. Yeah.
Huh.
I was not aware of anything.
Information from later books. Where would they stash that? Huh. Matt, you have to research these.
Yep. I'll be getting into it. I might have to talk to Lauren later.
Yeah. That's cool though. So I'm sorry, who was the winner?
That was
Sorry, we got so far away.
Rachel. Rachel,
that's right.
Yeah.
So Rachel gets a choice of either the paperback or hardcover and the house of her choice.
Got it.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. What a cool prize. I'd forgotten all about those. Now, I remember seeing them. Somebody had like posted on Twitter about like the paperback ones. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's a really yellow book though, man. Like that's a lot of yellow.
Yeah, like the thing that I was wondering about is like, are the actual pages all yellow or just the edge of the book? Like, I hope it's just the edges.
Yeah, you would think it's just the edges.
Yeah. Otherwise, that would be a lot of yellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever designed those did very well.
Cool prize.
Awesome.
It's a good way to end this fantastic show, Matt. Wow, that's Butterbeer Banter for you folks. We gave away a bunch of prizes. We read a bunch of emails. We enjoyed some butterbeer and some
Banter
butterscotch beer.
Oh,
lots of good banter. Come on, Matt, I wasn't setting you up for that. Good try though. Lots of good banter. We had a birthday cake, which I might actually get a slice of before we record our next episode, which we're going to
our regularly scheduled episode
57.
57.
Okay. That's not going to be live, folks, unfortunately. We're just going to record that as normal, and it'll show up on your podcast feeds Wednesday morning.
You got it.
Everybody's adjusted to the schedule by now. Matt, do you have anything else that you want to throw out there before we sign off?
I think that's pretty good for tonight.
Yeah, this has been a fun celebration. We celebrated the birth of Harry Potter on this day of July 31st. But again, most importantly, we celebrated the 1-year anniversary of Tales from Godric's Hollow. That's why you all are here. And that's why you all skipped out on dates and probably didn't eat dinner and all kinds of stuff you guys missed out on for the sake of us. And we thank you for that. Mel was distracted at work. Like she was trying to work and watch this at the same time. So I'm sure that worked out well for her. Congratulations to everybody for winning. Thank you all for sending in those iTunes reviews and just being a part of everything here. You can find me personally on Twitter at The Noise. That's with a Y. You can follow the show on Twitter at Tales from GH. You could follow the Instagram account, Tales from Godric's Hollow. I will be putting up a whole bunch of pictures of this cake. Now that it's made and completed, I'm going to be doing a little photo shoot with it. So stay tuned for that. You'll see them on Twitter too. Everything that Matt's been working on with show notes and everything else can be found over at the website, talesfromgodricshollow.com. And if you'd like to support us, like so many of you amazing people are doing out there, including our 2 headmistresses and everybody else that makes everything that we're doing here for you guys, these giveaways, this cake. I know you guys can't enjoy this cake. I will. You can support us over at Patreon, patreon.com/Tales from Godric's Hollow. Matt, where could people find you at?
You can always find me personally on Twitter at As a Matter of Matt. Otherwise, as you have done this week, just keep that email inbox exploding. I stopped counting how many emails I got just today, even because I didn't realize until I actually told the people over on Patreon. It's like, there's 4 emails to send in this week. we have so many different giveaways and shows going on, and we want emails for everything. So next week won't be quite as busy, but still, we want your emails. We want you to enter the giveaways. We want to hear from you. Whether it's spoilery or not, you can send me email over at talesfromgodricshollow@gmail.com.
Or if you just want to, tell me about Crookshanks, just get a hold of me personally. That way Matt can't.
Josh.
It's my only chance to really connect to them on a one-to-one level here, Matt.
You'll have your opportunities.
I know. Thank you all for listening. This has been a fun episode. Again, we're going to turn around and we're going to put out episode 57 for your enjoyment. This episode, whenever you hear it. Not sure when I'll actually go live, but thank you for joining us in the chat room and watching us struggle through these couple hours of Butterbeer banter. Cheers. Muggle out.
Mischief managed.